Welcome back to AllGenGamers, episode 63. I am one of your hosts, Johnny Millennium. I do the Happy Console Gamer Show on YouTube. And we are joined by the EMU review, Jason Heine. How are you doing, Jason?
I'm wonderful. Thanks for asking.
Wow, you're pretty happy.
I know.
Very happy. Is that because you have a certain, and I'll introduce him now, Gamester81 beside you?
Hey, guys.
That's why.
Hey.
Oh, you guys are doing some cross role-playing over there, eh?
Yatta!
He's wearing Chung-Li right now.
That's pretty amazing. Go home and be a family man. And we're joined by the illustrious, the beautiful, the talented. Of course, I'm not talking about Pete Dorr, but I am talking about Pete Dorr. How you doing, Pete?
I'm doing pretty well.
That's awesome. You having fun with Dark Souls?
A lot of fun.
You dying a lot?
I'm dying a lot, yes.
Good. Because the next guest, he's been playing that as well. You guys will be chatting about this later on. I'm going to be both laughing at you to hear about all your death stories. But we're joined today by Jason Gambrell of the N4G podcast. Welcome, Jason. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. Greetings, programs.
Well, it's better than calling people users like people out for a while there. But so for the confusion, we're going to get into your channel and all of that in a little bit, but because you're called Jason and we have a Jason here as well, we're worried about confusion. So you on your podcast go by the name Gambus Khan, correct?
Gambus Khan, yeah, or Gambus for short.
What is this podcast about, and what is the website about?
We're the official podcast for the N4G website, which is basically a news conglomerate website that pretty much takes stories, or other websites submit stories to N4G, and then N4G kind of as a mutual advertising for other websites. It's a really big website. It's grew over the years. I'm pretty sure that it was bought by Future Publishing, which is the same publishing company that did like
the Dark Souls strategy guide too. Yeah.
Yes.
What happens if you guys don't put out an episode? Does anybody come hunting you?
Sometimes. There's a few listeners that we have that pretty vocal. I'll just say it. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah. We got fans are in tents, like huge tents. Actually, in huge tents. No, Pete, tell us the story. What happened last week?
Because we're learning about our hardcore fans now as well.
Yeah. Because Pete posted our episode. Usually Pete posts the episodes and Jason gets the emails.
Yeah. Okay. It's kind of a long story. I guess I can start it out. I made a typo in uploading it in the name of the podcast itself. So it didn't hit iTunes. It didn't hit where it usually is supposed to hit. And so I had to correct it, and I took a little extra long to get to it. It was, I think, the night of. I don't remember exactly. The night of Wednesday, maybe, Pete? I don't remember. I fixed it, and then I sent a PM to Pete, and then Pete, you can take it from there.
Yeah, so usually what I do is I just copy and paste, which for those that don't know, the podcast went up like 2 days late last week. But usually when Jason posts it, like we just copy and paste the same URL, like AllGenGamers episode blah 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 .mp3. But this time there was a typo in that URL, which I had to ask Jason what the typo was before I can go ahead and post it. And by the time I got around to asking that, I had to go to sleep because I had to wake up in the morning for work, so I couldn't post it that night. And then the next day when Jason got back to me, I was so absorbed in playing Dark Souls all day for like 9 hours that I totally forgot all about not having uploaded the podcast.
I finally sent a begging email.
and then the next day at work, when I woke up in the morning, I didn't have time to do it, so I had to wait until I got home from work to post the episode.
Then by that time, I sent a life-threatening email.
Oh, shit. Tell us about Dark Souls, both of you guys, because I know Gambus is playing it, and Pete.
Where are you up to in it right now?
Literally, probably about within the first 2 hours of the game. So I'm still toward the beginning.
Are you past the tutorial yet? Do you know?
Yes.
Okay, so you've made it to like the first official bonfire and everything?
Yes.
Now,
yeah,
because that's where the game starts getting hard. Have you progressed past that at all, or right up to that point?
Progressing in that game is kind of Yeah, I progressed a few times and then got killed a few times, several
You gotta
times.
make sure you go in the right way. Don't go the way with the skeletons. Make sure you're going up the side of the cliff with the rock staircase.
So it sounds like in this game you can progress and you can digress, kind of like go backwards or what? It's kind of hard.
You kind of can, actually, because if you advance and then you die, you lose all your experience and money, so to say, unless
Wow.
and then you have to
That's
you have to
frustrating.
retract all the. Well, that's how it was in Demon Souls, and I love it.
Is Final Fantasy 13-2 supposed to just carry the story further, or what's the deal with that?
Evidently, yeah.
It's continuing the storyline, the shitty storyline, apparently. Great.
Completely
That's
different.
awesome.
Yeah.
I'd be in line for that shit.
Yeah, it's pretty much.
No, I almost picked it up today, actually. I was over at one of Jason's favorite places, GameStop, this afternoon. And they said new for like $30. It isn't too bad. But it's dropped in price quite a bit. The value has. But I held off. I'm waiting for the new Batman.
Then you go on to like these advanced type enemies that like can parry you, and they're really freaking hard to kill. So, needless to say, I was stuck there for a very long time, and very few games make me curse out loud, and this is one of the ones that I was fucking cursing. I was getting pissed. But
What
at
were
the
you
same
saying?
time,
What were you actually saying? If you get killed, what would you actually say?
Fuck this shit. That's what I was saying.
Fuck this shit.
Fucking rats. Goddamn bullshit. That's what it was.
Because you guys know what it's time for.
What?
You all know that sound, right? It is Jason Heine's random weekly question.
No, they do penis transplants, John. So you're in hope.
I've already had 2 of those. And those are very, very uncomfortable.
Both of the penises he took
Double
from me.
donger's
So,
gone.
Double dong.
It's actually only 2 inches from the ground.
Yeah.
Hanging from the ground.
Yeah.
So Gamester's in the doctor's office, and the doctor's like, "So you want a penis extension?" He's like, "No, I actually want 2 penises."
Split.
People always ask me, and I say it all the time to them. They don't understand. I say, look, it doesn't matter. I have a 2-inch penis. I mean, it is 6 inches wide. So it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean?
They'd be like giving birth, dude. That'd be so uncomfortable for them. And now it's that time for Love Talk with Dr. Love, Johnny Millennium. Johnny, how's it going?
Well, you know what? It's going pretty good for me, but I think it's going better for you because is it true you have 2 penises?
Yes, the more, the merrier.
Wow, Mike, you should be answering these questions. Good Lord. Like, what do I know? I just got a small shriveled up penis and you got 2 large dongs.
One for each hand.
Oh my God.
I have a name. I have a name for my hand. You know what her name is?
What?
Pamela Henderson.
Oh, it's such an old joke, but it's a classic.
Well, you know what's crazy though? It's like, there's so much news about it and everyone's talking about it. But there was one comment. I don't remember who said it. I think CNN or somebody said there was one comment that it really made an impact on me. It's when they said most people found out that he died through one of the devices that he created.
That's crazy.
Yep.
And I thought about that and I go, holy shit, I found out about it on my iPhone from someone text messaging me.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is true. And just when you think about that, I mean, what an impact that this guy really had on the world. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's nuts. So I always say this whenever there's a death, may they be in a better place.
Like, it's so funny. Some of us will go through life and not really accomplish much, really, but he really made a difference. That's what I'm trying to say here.
Yeah.
He really made an impact in our world. Like, if I just made orange juice for a living or something like that, I'm not really changing anybody's life. Maybe they enjoy the flavor of my delicious orange juice, but it's not really making an impact. You know what I mean? Where his devices really changed.
For Apple, I mean, they have an app for that. So
Oh, for making orange juice now? Well,
yeah,
fuck
making
me,
orange
I'm
juice.
not a
How to make orange juice, This podcast was created by retro video game collectors and YouTube show hosts Pete Dorr, Happy Console Gamer, Gamester81, and myself, Jason Heine. Make sure to follow along and subscribe to us on iTunes under the podcast section, AllGenGamers. And if you want more information about this podcast, please visit www.allgengamers.com.